Tatiana, good day.
Good day to you.
Tatiana, Prime Minister Sharif is here visiting Washington on a 3-day official visit. What prompted his comments regarding Kashmir and to suggest that perhaps the U.S. should get involved in this dispute that his country has had with India for quite some time?
That is one of the, oldest conflicts in Asia, but maybe not only in Asia, but in the world international relations, because the origin of this conflict is the 40s, very soon after the independence of India and Pakistan, when it was under the plan of Mountbatten Plan, the subcontinent has been divided between two states. And some territories had been divided between them, but one territory, Jammu and Kashmir, princeless, had been till now is understood as a disputed territory. It understood as a disputed territory by Pakistan, I should say, because from India's point of view, this problem had been solved, and Pakistan illegally occupied the part of the Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, Indian state Jammu and Kashmir territory. But Pakistan thinks that it is not had been solved, and the solution could be on the base of the resolution of Security Council of United Nations, and it should be done on the base of plebiscite under international supervision. Why reaction of India on this latest statement of Mr. Nawaz Sharif in Washington was so negative? Because Indian position that all bilateral problems should be solved only on bilateral basis. Therefore, any intervention, any of the third forces. In this case, we're talking about the idea of Mr. Nawaz Sharif that United States can be helping the solution of this problem. It would be the very negative reaction of India.
Well, Tatiana, and you speak of the negative Indian response. The External Affairs Minister for India, Salman Khurshid, said on Sunday to a number of news agencies, quote, that we should not lose sleep over this. And he also went on to say that, quote, there is in no way which India will accept any intervention on an issue that is entirely accepted in the Simla agreement, a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. Help us remember what the Simla agreement is, if you could, Tatiana, and what were the terms of this agreement?
You mean the agreement on Jammu and Kashmir? You mean that?
Yes.
Yes, but this is my personal view, I should say. I think that it could be the more reasonable to have the status quo situation. Because in reality, the territory has been divided between India and Pakistan, and there is the line of actual control is like some of variant of a border, international border. But to start war again, it is absolutely senseless, because 3.5 wars between India and Pakistan did not solve their problems. And to think that India could agree that Pakistan will have the control on all the territory of Kashmir, absolutely nonsense. And the same story with Pakistan. I don't think that this generation of Pakistani and Indian people, I don't think that they can agree to the, some drastic changes in the situation. I can see only the solution is the status quo. It is in reality the converting of the line of control into the international border, and to realize the reality that unfortunately or fortunately Kashmir, the people from Kashmir in reality are divided between two countries.
Well, Tatiana, you raise a very good point because if you say that your suggestion for the Kashmir situation is for things to remain as the status quo, it would appear as if the United States government is in agreement with you. According to a story on the Hindustan Times, a U.S. official speaking with reporters said, quote, on Kashmir, our policy has not changed an iota. It went on to say that the U.S. considers the issue of Kashmir to be strictly a bilateral one between India and Pakistan. So when we talk about Nawaz Sharif's perhaps agenda to even raise the suggestion that a third party like the U.S. perhaps should intervene in Kashmir, do you think that this is Mr. Sharif's attempt to maybe get the United States to assist him on a separate policy issue, considering there has been tension between the U.S. and Pakistan regarding the issue of drone strikes? And of course, Pakistan feels as if its sovereignty was violated when the U.S. troops invaded, basically, to assassinate Osama bin Laden. Is Pakistan trying to get the U.S. to acquiesce on other issues to make up for this lack of, I guess you could call it, diplomatic deficiency?
Of course, we had many years the stereotype that Pakistan is ally of United States and India is an ally of the Soviet Union and Russia. But I think that during last years, I agree with you that the changes have been in the relationship between Pakistan and United States. Several reasons. You mentioned the Osama bin Laden story and some other stories, and I think that United States was not happy on the nuclear development of nuclear military program by both countries, India and Pakistan. And maybe a visit of Nawaz Sharif, of course, it could be one step to again to have a look on this relationship on another way, to reconstruct them and to make it more positive. And I think that this was the reason of one of the reasons of this visit. And we can remember that Nawaz Sharif only recently had been elected as the appointment as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. That is also very important. His party was winning the elections in Pakistan. And I think that this really was the attempt from the Pakistan side to renew the relationship with United States, because this is really very important for them. I think so.
Indeed. Well, it will be interesting to see how the remainder of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's trip is here to Washington and whether he will make any other requests of the U.S. government. But in the meantime, India says that they will not lose sleep over this issue. We have been joined on the line with Tatiana Shaumian. She is the head of the Center for Indian Studies at the Institute of Oriental Studies at the Russian Academy of Sciences. Tatiana, we appreciate your time and your expertise today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.